Begin this evening with an Oklahoma Police Department offering incentives to try and recruit more officers. Claremore police say they need a deeper pool of applicants, so they're doing what they can to attract them. 2 News Oklahoma's Caitlin Rivas spoke with a Claremore officer today about what they're looking for and the incentives they're offering.
The Claremore Police Department has 39 officers, and while they only need to hire 1 right now, they say they need more applicants to go in their pool of potential officers. Now, to encourage those applicants to apply, they're offering incentives never before given by the Claremore Police Department. To be a police officer, they say it takes grit, determination, and a calling to help your community. If that's the type of applicant Officer Brian Burnett says Claremore PD is looking for.
Well, those kind of people that have a desire to help others, to work in their community and better their community. We would love to have those people here.
Officer Burnett says to find applicants like that, they're offering several incentives.
We're offering the hire on bonus, something we haven't done. This is brand new for us. Other agencies have done it. But we are offering a $10,000 sign-on bonus for somebody who is already CLEAT certified.
On top of the sign-on bonus, they're also offering a 5-year lateral transfer, which means an out-of-town applicant who's already an officer somewhere else can be hired at the same salary they were on with 5 years of experience. Officer Burnett says if applicants aren't CLEAT certified, they can receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus and paid training. And while there's only 1 position open right now, he says there's a good chance more will open up.
We don't close down, so we're 24/7 through 65. So we have to have a minimum amount of officers that work the streets at all times. And so when we lose, and we're down 1 or 2, or we have people out sick or whatever, it's rough.
The last day to apply to be a Claremore police officer and receive those incentives is January 21st. For more information or to apply, you can visit the City of Claremore website under Employment Opportunities. Reporting in Claremore, Caitlin Rivas, 2 News, Oklahoma.
The Tulsa Police dive team helped pull a car out of the Arkansas River today. Someone spotted it on the west side of the river near River West Festival Park. Divers hooked cables through the front of the Mercedes and Allied Towing pulled it out of the water. Investigators are looking into whether the car was stolen and how it ended up in the river. Police tell us it does appear to have been there for a while. Divers say they did not find any human remains inside the vehicle. A federal judge has granted a temporary stay of execution for an Oklahoma death row prisoner. James Coddington was scheduled to die by lethal injection in March, but the judge's order adds Coddington back in as a plaintiff to a case involving other inmates who are challenging our state's 3-drug protocol. Coddington was initially removed from the lawsuit because he did not choose an alternate method of execution, but he was able to prove that he had chosen firing squad as the alternative. New operators will take over the hospital in Bristow on Saturday, and that has many people in the community pretty concerned. Some have heard the hospital will close at midnight Friday. 2 News Oklahoma's Amanda Sleeve went to Bristow to find out what residents there can expect.
Right now, the Bristow Medical Center is run by Bristow Endeavor Healthcare. On December 31st at midnight, they will cease operations per the termination of their lease by the city. Endeavor has been running the facility since 2009. They say in 2014 they purchased the operations. During that time, they say the hospital was running in the red. To solve that problem, they created another healthcare facility in Jinx under the same hospital license to subsidize the Bristow facility. Recently, the city of Bristow decided not to renew their operations lease and approved a bid from Caris Health to take over. But it's still unclear whether they will be ready to open on January 1st, and that has residents worried.
Well, I'm very concerned. I have a father who'll be 94 in March, and if he gets sick, this means we'll have to rush him to Tulsa, which is a considerable drive from here.
Caris Health tells me they have been working to get a license for the hospital since they were awarded the bid in June. They say the facility is old and run down, and they need to address those issues before the state will give them a license to operate. With that said, the spokesperson for Caris Health says it's unknown when they will get that license to operate the facility, but that it's possible they won't have the facility open by January 1st. We will continue to bring you updates as Caris Health learns about its license. In Bristow, Amanda Sleeve, 2 News Oklahoma.
The suspect in a string of Tulsa area business burglaries is now behind bars. Owasso police say they arrested Patrick Palazzo for littering, obstructing a police officer, and illegally having a firearm. Palazzo is already charged with 10 counts of second-degree burglary and could face additional charges. He's being held without bond. The Decapolis store on 11th Street in Tulsa is missing one of its dinosaurs. Yes, dinosaurs. Surveillance cameras show someone walking off with a 4-foot-tall dinosaur around midnight on Sunday. 2 News Oklahoma's Brady Halbleib talked with the owner, who hopes that someone recognizes the person in the video.
The owner here at Decapolis is making some adjustments to the box where that dinosaur once stood. It wasn't bolted down like this dinosaur just behind me. In a video posted to Facebook, it shows a man walking by with a dog and some tools. The suspect is then seen picking up the statue and then walking towards the Buck Adams parking lot. Decapolis owner William Franklin tells me he was planning on bolting the dinosaur down this week, but the suspect got to it before he had the chance to. He says the statue helped attract customers to the store, and it seems it did its job. The owner tells me he made twice as much revenue this holiday season than last year.
It's of course disappointing, but it comes right after we've had probably the best Christmas ever. So, it's all in the big scheme of things is fine. And I mean, of course it's not fine in that way, but we'll get through it.
Now Franklin tells me he purchased the more than $1,000 statue last spring, and it has been a big hit with customers, and that's why he purchased 2 more dinosaurs to sit right in front of his store. All of them will be bolted down. In Tulsa, Brady Halbleib, 2 News Oklahoma.
Well, in just the past 30 minutes, 2 News has learned a federal judge has denied Oklahoma's request to block the vaccine mandate for National Guard members. In the ruling, the judge says Governor Stitt's claims are without merit. The judge went on to say that the court is required to decide the case on the basis of federal law, not common sense. But either way, the result would be the same. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt says he does not plan to get a COVID-19 booster shot. Stitt told a reporter on Monday, quote, "I'm perfectly healthy and my doctor hasn't told me I need to get it." Stitt was the nation's first governor to confirm that he had COVID-19. He received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in March. State health leaders are encouraging all eligible Oklahomans to be vaccinated and then get the booster at the right time. New research from Johns Hopkins University is concerning. It shows Oklahoma has had the highest number of COVID deaths in 2021. That's 248 deaths per 100,000 residents. That's 1 in every 403 Oklahomans. Alabama is second on the list with 230 deaths per 100,000 people. Vermont has had the fewest COVID deaths this year, 50 people per 100,000. The Johns Hopkins study found America's least vaccinated states saw the most COVID deaths this year, and Oklahoma ranked 37th for vaccinations, while Alabama ranked last. Now, Oklahoma recorded more than 2,400 new cases of COVID just today, bringing the total number of active cases in our state right now to nearly 15,500 people. Nationwide, new daily cases are reaching all-time highs. The CDC has issued new recommendations for people who do test positive, letting a patient leave isolation, in 5 days instead of 10. If the person doesn't have any symptoms, requiring them to wear a mask everywhere for 5 more days.
I want to make sure that particularly among essential workers that you get people out there much sooner.
But some fear the sick will be back out in public too quickly and spread COVID to others. California reached a grim milestone today, becoming the first state to record more than 5 million known coronavirus infections. Since the pandemic began, Oklahoma has seen more than 700,000 cases. Well, the pandemic is forcing another downtown Tulsa business to close its doors. Glacier Dessert Bar says it made the difficult decision to close today with the well-being of its staff and customers in mind. And while the dessert bar is closing, you can still find Glacier at their 2 other Tulsa locations and online. The pandemic, it's expected to cost today's children money later in life. The United Nations looked at the effects of disruptions in schooling. With less schooling, children are learning fewer skills. Experts say that will eventually cost children about $13 trillion in earnings over their lifetimes. But not all hope is lost. Authors of the report say there's still time to act, and countries should prioritize education right now.
Now, your 2 News Oklahoma First Forecast, sponsored by Executive Homes.
We had some rain showers and isolated thunderstorms this morning, but that system quickly cleared the area. Right now on live dual Doppler radar, Viper 4D, all is quiet. across southeast Kansas and eastern Oklahoma, but actually some more rain showers are on their way for tomorrow morning. Those current wind gusts right now, McAllister at 22 and 17 in Stillwater. We saw wind gusts today out of the southwest behind that rainy system this morning, between about 20 and 30 miles per hour. Mesonet temperatures right now, upper 60s around Eufaula, Wilburton, and McAllister, 65 in Oilton, and low 60s for Pawnee and up to the north in Copan. Your evening planner, partly cloudy skies, dry conditions, a northerly wind getting going there between about 10 and 20 with those temperatures into the 50s. So here's what we're tracking for you. Again, as I mentioned, rain showers returning for mainly tomorrow morning. A quick cold blast is on the way to kick off the new year 2022, and the snow chances diminishing per the latest data for this weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up in a few minutes, Karen.
Thanks, Brandon. Well, while Oklahoma is experiencing these unusually warm December weather, there might be a trade-off. Allergies really taking a toll on some people. 2 News Oklahoma's Shay Smith spoke to a doctor at a Tulsa allergy clinic about what's bothering us.
If you have found yourself reaching for these more often lately, well, you're not alone. Allergens and pollens change with each season. And if you happen to be allergic to mountain cedar or elm trees, your allergies are probably acting up. This time of year, those two pollens are high across our area. And with this beautiful weather we've been having, Dr. Love at the Allergy Clinic of Tulsa says anytime it's a nice day outside, pollens will probably be in the air. Allergy symptoms typically include sneezing, a runny nose, or congestion, and possibly a cough. However, sometimes those can also be symptoms of COVID-19. With allergens in the air and the Omicron variant now in Tulsa, Dr. Love says there is one particular difference when it comes to experiencing symptoms.
If you suffer from allergies, you know that a lot of times allergies itch. So predominantly you'll be itching and sneezing, your eyes will itch, and your eyelids might even puff up. COVID has a lot of different symptoms, but generally you're not getting a lot of itching. Right now, the Omicron gives you more symptoms of a cold.
Dr. Love also says if you're allergic to pollen, wearing a mask outside will actually help you have fewer allergy symptoms. Coming up tonight at 6, what Dr. Love says you can do to help those seasonal allergies, plus with colder weather on the way, when you could possibly see some relief. In Tulsa, Shay Smith, 2 News Oklahoma.
Thank you, Shay. Ahead at 5, the top Google searches of 2021, what people were searching for on the internet may just surprise you. But next, Sooner football fever, what Coach Bob Stoops is saying ahead of tomorrow's Alamo Bowl. The 14th ranked Oklahoma Sooners tackle the 15th ranked Oregon Ducks tomorrow night in the 2021 Valero Alamo Bowl. 2 News Oklahoma's Christy Maria is in San Antonio tonight, hearing from Bob Stoops as we count down to that 8:15 p.m. kickoff.
Hello everybody, welcome to beautiful and warm San Antonio. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. High 70s today, 83 degrees is the forecast tomorrow for game day. I'm having a blast about the Alamo right now. All the fans are out here, but even more than me, these players are having so much fun. Take a look. OU getting a tour on the barge on the Riverwalk and getting a little team fiesta going as well. These guys are having a blast, but of course there is a game to be played, and Coach Stoops is going to be the guy leading the charge. And when he thinks about this game, Coach isn't quite thinking about his legacy. He's thinking more about, I want to get these guys on the field and we want to win this football game.
When you take the field, you know, you'll want to win, and no, that doesn't change. As far as do I need something to punctuate what I've done? No, I don't. That's just not my style. I don't count wins. I don't count like I need this to finish my career. Not really, you know, but am I going to do everything I can to win? Absolutely.
Now, if OU is to win this game, Coach Stoops says a Gatorade bath just isn't going to quite do it. He wants to be showered in something different, and it's pretty unique. You're not going to want to miss it. I got it coming up in sports at 6 o'clock. For now, from San Antonio, Chris DeMaria, 2 News Oklahoma Sports.
Now, your 2 News Oklahoma weather, sponsored by Executive Homes.
We have some cold weather to kick off 2022, so a strong cold front will come down from the northwest on Saturday. Take a look at these wind chills going down to the single digits. Again, this is during the day Saturday, Saturday night, and overnight through Sunday morning with those wind chills right around 0. So we're still looking at the New Year's weekend cold blast to come in. So the forecast will continue to evolve, certainly changed today a little bit. We are still 4 days out from that forecast. In terms of the event, temperatures look to drop during the day on Saturday as we showed you those wind chills, and then probably down to the teens for those low temperatures, actual low temperatures coming up for Sunday morning. But again, as you saw, the wind chills right around 0, and the precip type still is in question, but we're focusing more on the cold air surge. Now, one model is suggesting some snow mixing in, and one model is